Hi, my name is Leah. I want to start by saying just what this class has taught me. It's really taught me all about the ways in which society affects my identity, how social institutions like the media, peers, family, all affect the privileges and oppressions I have and face, and all about how my identities like gender, sex, sexuality, race, class, ethnicity, just I really now understand how they're all viewed and understood and how they all add to making who you are, and just how what you go through every day is based on those identities. Um, when I think about my social identities, I never really thought so much about how it has to do with either genes and biology and just them your identity is just being handed down to you right when you're born with no choice on the matter, but also even more the identities have to do with are shaped by the experiences and even like your everyday activities that you do shape who you are and add to your identities. And now I know, because of this class, I now know why I'm this way, because it's a mix of my parents giving me certain things, like the fact that I'm white, Jewish, and then also just my experiences, which add to it, like liking sports, being athletic. Um, so that was really interesting for me. This class has also made me think about the oppressions and privileges I have and why I have them, and how my identities affect these oppressions, as well as thinking about how my identities give me advantages, like the fact that I'm white might give me, if a cop pulls you over, sometimes because white's the norm, they might think differently of you than another race. Um, so I never really thought about it like that until I took this class. One of the articles, Brown talks a lot about how our society and our identities create hierarchies, which ultimately lead to oppression of individuals. And now I understand how when individuals are in different classes, um, inequalities are created, and that's based on your identities, like your race, um, how much money you have, anything like that. Langston's article also discusses the class inequalities in relationships. She discusses how luck could be a factor involved into where you're placed in society and what class you're brought into. Someone could be, just like me, born into a family that luckily they're able to afford to send you to college. They're able to give you what you need to grow up and get a job, have a good life. Or it could be, someone could be born into a family that's not ready to care for them, and they could just, hard work and determination and studying could pay off, and they could just give themselves an education, teach themselves, or somehow get scholarships, be funded, and be able to go to school and then be in a different class when they're older. So you are able to move sometimes. Also, the article by Nomi Lam also talks a lot about oppressions. One of them about her being fat. She talks about how the media, her family, and peers all play a role into um, her identity and how she feels. They think that, she should lose weight and be skinny, and Lam tries to do that, but she realizes that, like, being fat is who she is and she can't really control it. And so instead of making it a negative, she tries to turn it into a positive characteristic, and just be happy with how she is and who she is, which, now from this class I understand that, if I'm unhappy with something about myself, I can hopefully try to turn it into a positive, and if I can't change it or if I try to change it, just think about it in a positive way, just like Mom did with being fat. Um, all these readings and discussions have taught me a lot. I've now become much more familiar with my social identities, how I am the way I am today, who I am, why I am this way. I've also learned a lot about the oppressions individuals face and the reasons why these oppressions are evident. I now know today, females have much less oppressions that they face because of all the woman activists back in the day, like Sojourner Truth, fighting for our rights, and from a crowd that didn't even want to hear what she had to say. If it wasn't for her, women would not be where they are today, especially I know I wouldn't, being a woman. I'm also much more educated about gender and all the meanings it has, all the ways it can affect someone, especially because of that survey we took. It really made me view gender and all the ways, it has to do with the way you dress, the way you act, everything builds into gender. And yeah, so I learned a lot, enjoyed taking this class, and that's it.